Good afternoon, everyone. Today's Wednesday Facebook Live class is about how to live a well lifestyle with oils and more. So today I just wanted to share my own daily routine of how I live a wellness lifestyle with oils and more, because I feel like that's the most truth I can speak because I'm living it. And there's always going to be other suggestions that might be more personal to someone depending on where you are on your path or what you're going through. But truly, I can first speak from my own space of practice. So, how do I live a well lifestyle? First and foremost is I am really good at now practicing before the sun rises a wonderful practice called Miracle Morning, where you do 6 of your favorite activities for 10 minutes each, and that would total an hour. And so you have an hour of self rejuvenation time. And in my practice of that first 10 minutes initially when I get out of bed is I brush my teeth, right? And I maybe wash my face with some yummy oil soap, some essential oil soap that invigorates me and immediately opens me up to more. I go to my kitchen and I eat a whole food of some sort, some grains and a piece of fruit. I have my whole food supplements, which I'll go over in just 1 minute. And I put some oils on my face so that I can really get into alignment with my upgraded mood, my chosen mood for the day. So the essential oils all are wonderful. They are first and foremost wonderful for emotional health. And if we start our day inhaling something that's so pure and from the earth, invigorating, you're going to have that first moment of the day of the oil going on in your face, the essential oil, and inhaling that aroma, those aromatic compounds, you're going to start off on the right mood. And if you are not in alignment with that mood, so let's say you're putting on, frankincense, and you're not in alignment with your higher guidance within yourself, because that's what it stimulates, is emotional guidance or emotional support with higher self guidance, trusting in your own guidance. If you're not in harmony with that, you're not trusting yourself, it gets you to have an emotional movement towards that emotion that you are seeking through whatever that essential oil has a gift for you emotionally. So every emotion, I don't have the book in here, but it's essential oils, or emotions and essential oils. Every essential oil has a specific mood and emotional support system for you. So if you have, trouble with saying no to people, oregano is great because it helps you upgrade your boundaries. So does melaleuca. If you need assistance with, uplifting your heart, peppermint can do that. It can literally open up your heart space and lift it to the more buoyant heart emotional feelings. So each one helps me, and so I can play with that in the morning right when I get up and choosing the mood that I need to facilitate. So that's the really where I'm at right at this moment, is really working on emotional maturity and being okay with all the emotions, being able to move through them. And if we start off our day really knowing how to stimulate the emotions we're looking to have for that day, then we will draw forth to us activities and events and circumstances that match that. Or they will draw towards you events that actually help you move through whatever block it is that's keeping you from that buoyant heart, like with peppermint. So like I said, I start with a miracle morning practice of my favorite 6 things: meditation, yoga, reading, journaling on how grateful I am for everything going on in my life, even grateful for the things that don't seem like they're going right, and being grateful for the lessons that they're teaching me and the strength that they're building inside of me. So that is the first thing I could pass on to you for a wellness lifestyle, using oils and using good food. So whole foods I spoke about that first 10 minutes. It's really about, I like to eat first thing, but I also want to point out that I take the Lifelong Vitality supplements. Why do I take supplements? To supplement my already awesome way of eating. And if you don't have an awesome way of eating, then what's wonderful is when you start working with essential oils emotionally, just diffusing them in the air or putting them on the sole of your foot to specifically address a health concern, you cleanse the body, you cleanse the cells inside and out the cells, which cleanse the cell receptors so that you actually move along old toxic emotions and thoughts, old toxins, and you move those along so that you can absorb food, right? And it starts to have you crave better food that isn't just passing right through you. You start to crave whole foods and nutrients that is real, leafy greens. You know, you can add in a wonderful smoothie of leafy greens, a green apple to sweeten it. You can even put a drop of lemon in your smoothie or your juice that you're doing. But by having good whole foods to start with, it is amazing how your mood increases and you start to allow yourself to be well. We have to choose to be well. We don't get to be well because of, if you're believing any kind of disease consciousness, you're choosing the opposite of that. You're choosing that, you know, you are not inherently well. So when you choose to be inherently well and you start to stimulate yourself with activities and foods that support that wellness, support and strengthen your perception of yourself being well, everything changes. So whole foods, and then supplementing my diet, because not the soils that are on our earth are a lot of times nutrient deficient, and so especially around magnesium and iron and calcium, and so we need to supplement with whole foods again. So I'm only doing whole food supplements, so that's immediate food to my system, and I take 4 of each of these bottles. I take a vitamin and mineral, and it has not the full dosage of each nutrient. It has the just right amount of nutrients that is needed to make up the difference from where my foods are not giving it all to me. So for instance, the daily iron is for women is 16 grams of iron. We need to have that. And so most American women are eating around 6 to 8 grams of iron a day from usually like leafy greens and meats and stuff. But so that leaves space for the other 6 to 8 grams to be received in a supplement. And of course, if you're eating your max iron, it's not going to hurt you, again, because you're not putting a supplement in your body that's another max amount of that nutrient. Another one is that I just said is really important, magnesium. And it only gives you the 25% of the daily recommended dosage, because most people are getting at least 75% magnesium. Again, from leafy greens is a great source for most of your really important mineral building nutrients that build bones, that build strength, that build cellular connectivity so that your cells can talk to each other, comes from your minerals. Okay, so awesome vitamin and mineral, as well as my favorite is the omegas for your brain health. There's a vegan one. If you're not into working with non-vegan, and the actual omegas is coming from it's escaping right now. I know one of them is calamari. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but what I did want to go deep into it is that you're getting 9 essential oils with this EO Omega, it's called. So that's for preventative health. That's for keeping your bloodstream clean, your cells clean, and it's got frankincense, which is super important for so many of us on the planet, for central nervous system health, for immunity health. Cocoa powder is also high in magnesium. So yeah, like look up each of these nutrients, especially the ones that are really deficient in our soils, and find out how can you be eating the foods you need. How can you put them in a smoothie? It's yummy to start your day, light and lively. But coming back to the essential oils, right? You've got the clove, frankincense, thyme, cumin, wild orange, peppermint, ginger, caraway, and German chamomile. So that is awesome to be having such high-grade superfood, essential oil magic in your body daily. The other one is called Alpha CRX, and it's a wonderful blend of herbs and fruits that help you to keep inflammation down in the body, whole body inflammation. And so that I absorb all of this really well, taking a probiotic daily, a pre and probiotic, it's called PB Assist, helps me to actually absorb the nutrients from my foods and absorb the nutrients from these supplements that I'm taking. So that's been a big change for me in my life, to have this supplement support and essential oil support internally. I did not, my mother was very strong advocate of it growing up, but I didn't really understand it. And when I was seeking more oomph and more energy and clearing brain fog, this is what I turned to with doTERRA especially. And prior to working with the supplements, I just used the essential oils, and they were very helpful with health concerns. But I found that now, coupling them with supplements and good eating and this miracle morning practice, my life, I feel so much more available for all the different events that I have going on in my life. Okay, so those are the supplements, right? I talked about the miracle morning, talked about making sure to start your day with literally getting some inhalation of an oil. So if you only have one, start playing with that. Look it up. Find out what's the emotional reason why you have that one oil. How is it helping you? And start diffusing it more. If it's not for a health concern, then just diffuse it. If it is for a health concern and you need help figuring out how to make a remedy with it, please message me and we will help you with that, as well as if anyone else is helping you with doTERRA, please seek them out. And you know, they're there to guide you. We are wellness advocates, and we are encouraged to go through trainings and go through education. And prior to any of us knowing anything, most of us got a Modern Essentials book, so we'll point you to that so that you too can have the reference that will take you right to the oils you need and how to use them. So first thing in the morning, right, you're getting that inhalation, you're taking it in and breathing it in. But I also want to remind you that if you have an office, right, or you go to work, put a diffuser there. You will find your emotions so much more in a higher space. You will process things more smoothly, and you'll have more focus and concentration because you're not spread thin, worried about life. Yes, you still will have your life challenges, but you'll have a more, you'll be more present emotionally to actually know where you are, what you're doing, and what's next on your agenda, because you have allowed yourself to become more emotionally mature by starting to diffuse the essential oils. You know, why is this world that we're living in, why has it gone so toxic? It's a good question. Why has it gone so toxic? Well, the first things that come to mind is we've given away our power, and we have so many choices around us that we have stopped coming within and checking within to see how we feel. And when there's so many choices, all of a sudden your boundaries drop and you start saying yes to too many things. You start going in all different directions, and you lose track of what the soul that you are actually has planned for you as purpose. So what's wonderful, by working with the essential oils, you start to clean up those distractions. You start to realize who you truly are and what boundaries maybe not be in place anymore because you've just spread yourself too thin. And you can start checking in. You can add into a miracle morning practice meditating, and before you meditate, premeditate and ask within, what is really serving me? What is part of my purpose? What is part of my path? Do I need to continue doing X, Y, and Z? And the ones that you're not supposed to continue, you can let them fall away. And if they really were meant to continue, you'll know it. You'll feel the loss, that it was, something that you actually wanted to keep in your life. So it wasn't that your internal guidance was wrong. It was that part of your training as a soul on this planet is to learn to decipher and to discern truly what is right for you, truly what is in resonance for you in your life. So I always tell people, there's no wrong turn. If you hear inside yourself that you're supposed to let something go, and then you feel this tug at your heart to go back towards it, it strengthens your knowing that you actually were supposed to do that. We don't know, we don't always know unless we go through the motions, okay? And we don't always know if we can't feel. So our feeling body is your emotional body, which is about 3 to 5 inches off your body. And this emotional body is a field of energy that talks to people when you go into a room. And you have the mental subtle body that's about 5 to 7 inches off the physical body. And so these two bodies, the mental and emotional bodies, they are talking to people. And if they are talking to people and you are unconscious about their messages to you as a being, because you are no longer identifying with your soul, you're identifying with the personality that has you spread way too thin, then you're lost and you don't know who you are. You forget who you are. Okay? So disease sets in when we are dis-ease, when we are not at ease anymore and we're not connecting to the light that we are, the soul that we are, the wisdom that we are. And in order to eliminate disease on the planet, we have to get back to ease. The way we disconnect is when we stop listening to those emotions and we stop listening to those higher thoughts and insights that are coming to you. So how can we get back in touch with these subtle bodies, right? How can we flush the cells and flush the organs that are storing old memories, old thoughts, old feelings that we never knew to process, so we just stuffed it, and then we ate a bag of potato chips to further stuff it and create brain fog and more disconnect? How do we get back in touch? We've got to cleanse the physical body, and we cleanse the emotional and mental body by diffusing the essential oils in the air. So maybe if we were still really connected as soul beings and we are in harmony with the earth and we knew how to take care of her, we knew how to grow gardens, lush gardens all over the earth, and we had not gone away from nature and we had not gone away from the soul that we are, we wouldn't necessarily need to be diffusing oils and have supplements. Okay, so we're having to call ourselves back home, and these are the tools that are in place that I am divinely guided to bring these messages to you. I could easily just be doing what I've been doing for most of my adult life, which is doing transpersonal psychology soul sessions with people. However, that was only addressing a handful of people who are ready to do that, and I still help you guys who are ready to do that. But Spirit, my inner guide, has shown me that I need to work with very tangible tools for myself, for my own growth, right? For my own reconnection. And these tangible tools happen to be plant medicine, and they happen to be gardening, and they happen to be taking beach walks, and they happen to be working with nature in all different ways. They happen to have supplements now to help me meet the needs of the lack of nutrients in the soil. So that's part of my passion and path and purpose, to share with you all what I'm doing. Okay? So that means in the morning, I've told you the morning exercises. In the afternoon, you will very well see me go to my mom bag where I have essential oils in it. I also have, a center that has them everywhere on every shelf. And it's not by accident that I just grab an essential oil at any time when I'm feeling at a stuck point. Maybe I'm feeling that disconnect come over me and I smell, or I diffuse the oils, right? I have diffusers in every room. And I do that because I want to cleanse the air, cleanse the emotional and mental body, cleanse the cells inside, so that I can come back to connection and know the bigger me, know my bigger purpose, and get back to concentration so I can address my now moment. If I'm not concentrated and I'm in a brain fog, I am not addressing my now, and I'm living in the past, worried and sad and stuck, or I'm living in the future anticipating too much that's not necessary. So it's important we get present, okay? So you'll see me smelling in the afternoon oils. I might put some balance on my big toe in the middle of the day, and sometimes in the morning when Aaliyah is getting it on her feet, to ground me, as well as I will put a drop of frankincense under my tongue in the morning, which I didn't share about that remedy I do in the first 10 minutes. But in the balance, to ground me if I'm feeling scattered, is hoe wood, frankincense, blue tansy, blue chamomile, and spruce. So you could also diffuse that. You don't have to put it on your feet. It's just when you put the oils to the feet, they really do help the whole being, and they get to the bloodstream in about 30 seconds to address really it's stimulating, again, that connection, that interconnection. Awesome. So that's the middle of the day, right? I drink lots of water, high vibration water. We actually order Mountain Valley spring water, and we have a Berkey water filter for cooking. So it's important that you have mineral rich water. If you have a RO system that's taking everything out, then you need to mineralize your water. You can even put Himalayan sea salt in your water. Make sure you're using Himalayan sea salt on your food. Has tons of minerals in that. Later in the day, right, how do I live a wellness lifestyle? I make sure that I, again, get home in the kitchen. I have a diffuser. I put the diffuser on. I uplift the mood of the house. And I do the same thing when we're going to bed, put the diffuser on. So there's oils circulating a lot of the time. And I was one... years ago, I've had yoga studios since my early 20s, and I couldn't stand smells. I was very opposed to them, and I definitely got a headache if someone, wore a synthetic perfume in the yoga studio. So that led to me putting signs up that, requested people not wear perfumes. So when the oils came into my life, I really didn't even touch the box for a few months because I just thought it was just something to smell, and I really wasn't into smells until I actually realized that oregano was something my daughter needed ASAP for something going on with her immune system, her digestive system, and respiratory system. So that breakthrough has led to this whole new world of real smells from the earth that are rich in aromatic compounds that actually are healthy and wealthy. They make sure that you are living at your full potential. So we give thanks and we give reverence to all the earth's gifts, all the food that she supplies for us, all the flowers that she supplies for the bees, all the water that she supplies through her springs that bubble up. All of these amazing gifts of the elemental kingdom really are to work in harmony with us. We are part of that unity grid, and if we disconnect from the earth and disconnect from the harmony grid, we're screwed. Literally. So it's time to reconnect, and it's time to get your bare foot on the earth. That's something else I do every afternoon when I get home, is I have chosen a lifestyle of living on the beach. I have visualized it. I have spoken it in my affirmations. I have drawn it on paper, and I live that dream because of the power I know I have within me. And so when I walk my feet on the earth, it happens to be on the beach sands now, that is an immediate reconnection and a electromagnetic balancing act that I get to do. And I give such high thanks to being blessed in that way and being able to get my feet barefoot. Okay? So those are the main ways that I personally am using the oils in my daily routine. Not to mention that phone call. I've reduced all toxic load in my house. There's not any synthetic chemical cleaners. So I make all my cleaners from the essential oils, white vinegar, hydrogen peroxide, baking soda. And, a baby could walk anywhere it wants in my house and feel safe with what it would pick up. My shampoo and conditioner is from doTERRA. I don't make that, but it's, oil rich, and all good things are in there. My toothpaste is made with On Guard, which is a blend of cinnamon and clove and other oils. So, we're in a time where we need help. And the help's always been there, and it wasn't actually meant to be help. It was just meant to be something you normally did, which was interact with the earth to be well. To remember that you are the same perfection as that beautiful rosebud. So let's remember our true nature, our true essence, which is a rose. You are so amazing. You're so super powerful. Whoever's watching this at any time, I just hope you know that. I hope you know how amazing you are, because it only is you who's going to realize this. And yes, use the tools that are available to help you remember. But as soon as you remember, watch out. It's time for you to shine. The world needs you right now. The world needs you really authentically being you and tuning into your gifts and your brilliance, which we all have. We all have a soul signature that has a very special gift. And if you need help discovering that, you can message me. We'll figure it out together. But, you know, just all it takes is you sitting in meditation and start probing the questions, asking the questions. If you can't hear yet auditorily, you can't hear it, notice signs that you're pointed to. Notice books that you want to grab and open up, because it's all there waiting for you. Everything inside you is outwardly showing. It's shown in the reflections around you. So it's a magical life once you open your eyes to what's really going on here. This is a time for you to awaken. All the energies on the planet are asking you, they're beckoning you to wake up. Okay, and reclaim your power and be the authentic you that you know truly in your heart to be. So Tanya McMahon, you should share your recipes for your cleansers. Yeah, I'll tag you, Tanya. Make sure you like Solterra Wellness Center Facebook page that you're on right now, because I can then, it'll help me. I can tag you on classes that I've done with the recipes. And I would love to meet you. I don't think I know you, Tanya, unless I see unless you've been married. Maybe this was my friend Tanya from college. Anyways, have an awesome day. I wish you all magic and miracles. And if any of you who watch these want to be added to our free Miracle Morning support group, where we hold each other accountable and we hold ourselves accountable to ourselves first, and we share our magic going on in our lives in that group. Okay, have a great day.